Good evening. On behalf of Mortarboard and Omicron Delta Kappa, we'd like to welcome you to the college's annual Yule Log celebration. Thank you. Cool. My name is Cameron Howe, and thank you. And I'm the Vice President of Mortarboard.
And I'm Leah McLaughlin, the Vice President of Omicron Delta Kappa. Each year, Mortarboard and ODK sponsor this ceremony as a unique William and Mary tradition. We are so excited to have you join us tonight for an evening filled with warmth and cheer of this holiday season.
As we gather tonight, we would like to take a moment to thank all of you who have donated to our Yule Log donation drive. This year, we are donating the proceeds to Angels of Mercy. Angels of Mercy is a free medical clinic serving the uninsured and underinsured residents of the greater Williamsburg area. Providing comprehensive and compassionate care, Angels of Mercy aims to increase the accessibility of primary healthcare services and encourage therapeutic lifestyle changes. Over the past 5 years, the Angels of Mercy patient population has increased by 67%, with patients coming in typically 8 times a year. Addressing social and biological causes of disease, they aim to provide affordable and accessible care to everyone who needs it, creating a healthier and happier community.
From Mortarboard and ODK, we would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the Angels of Mercy Clinic for their tremendous work supporting our Williamsburg community and for partnering with us tonight. We are also grateful for President Rowe and the First Gentleman as they have graciously matching all donations from the coin drive. If you have not yet, There you go. If you have not yet had a chance to donate, jars can be found at each of the gates and at the entrance of the Great Hall. Our first speaker of the evening is one of our favorite Yule Log celebrities. She's here to read the classic poem, "'Twas the Night After Finals." Please give a warm welcome to our very own Vice President for Student Affairs, Ginger Ambler.
'Twas the night after finals, and all through the college, not a creature was stirring. They were too stuffed with knowledge. Term papers were hung on the dorm walls with care, in hopes that good grades would soon appear there. Bills and Marys were nestled all snug in their beds, while dreams of aced finals danced around in their heads. The delis in Greenleaf had shut down their taps. And we'd all settled in for our well-deserved naps. Not a soul in the library drinking Swem Roma's brew. The whole place was silent, not just the third floor. And those sweet dogs had gone too. Ah, Swem, how we love you. We brag and we share and trumpet our pride with a bold Whoville flair. But out in the garden, sunken that is, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bunk to see what was the matter. The students were cheering, their exuberance loud. Whatever was happening, it drew quite a crowd. Perhaps our tribe athletes were showing their craft, or maybe 'twas faculty, hot debate on a raft. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. With the moon shining bright on our campus that night, the vista was magic. I paused for the sight. Bright lights, how they beckoned. Meet the coach with no peer. She'll awe and inspire. Our Jill Ellis was here. The cheering grew louder, a most happy sound of widespread relief. President Rowe's cat was found. And new joy abounded. Registration was smashing. Can you believe that we made it with banner not crashing? Then what to my wondering eyes should appear but a dazzling sleigh with 8 tiny reindeer, with a fun furry driver sporting wings and a mane. Hey tribe, it's our Griffin, undeterred by the rain. More rapid than streakers, those reindeer they came. And he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now seniors. Now juniors. Now grad schools entire. On sophomores. On freshmen. Alumni and choir. He circled and circled, his brow creased with dismay. Is there really no parking place for this tribe's sleigh? And where is my cell phone? His feet, how they stomped. I need it to answer that duo push prompt. To the tip-top of Kaplan, to the top of brick walls, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. On up to the dorm roofs, his coursers they flew, after stopping at Wawa for a hoagie or two. Freshman dorms first, he checked all on the list. Hunt, Tolliver, Brown. Lemon Hall? That's a twist. At Sadler, he paused for late night food and fest, then popped by the grind for Aroma's high test. They flew by the Kimball, PBK's Shell, and then the team circled round over Chandler toward Wren. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof, in clear violation of college regulations. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed not in red, but wore green and gold. Santa swaggers with tribe pride around the North Pole. His eyes, how they twinkled. With mischief, it seems. Santa's completed the triathlon. And he reads swampy memes. He remembered our opening convocation with a smile. Sun shining, bell ringing, pep band playing all the while. And high fives and cheering, wherever you roam, you'll know nothing else like it. One tribe, welcome home. A bundle of gifts he had flung down from his sleigh, so he looked like a tourist on the outlet sale day. He unloaded gifts he was sure that would please, some bread ends in house and fries loaded with cheese. And one brand new thing to the world we can show, vision, mission, and values all tied up with a bow. He smiled for our students, a better world they promote. They engage the day's issues, they speak out, and they vote. In the national rankings, our university's gleaming. U.S. News, Forbes, and Kiplinger keep those applicants streaming. We hold the top spots where other schools are just reaching. Community service, study abroad, and undergraduate teaching. St. Nick thought a lot about his gifts for our crew. He pondered, then knew what he needed to do. He made a great banner for the whole world to see, the best university where any could be. Santa spoke not a word, but went door to door, leaving job offers for seniors. And grad admits by the score. Then laying a finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a yell, and away they all flew like the ducks on Crimdell. But we heard him exclaim as that sleigh flew away, "You're the best, William and Mary. You each get an A." Happy holidays!
Thank you. Here we go. No, wait for it. Thank you, Vice President Ambler. The guiding principles of Yule Log are peace, joy, and gratitude. We invited many individuals in campus cultural and faith groups to participate in the Yule Log ceremony. Students from William and Mary have decorated the beautiful paper doves you see displayed here on the Wren portico, offering a visual representation of the theme's role in their cultures, faiths, and everyday lives. Other groups reflected on peace, joy, and gratitude by offering short passages to share with us tonight. This is an opportunity for our community to celebrate one of its greatest strengths, our diversity. In the spirit of gratitude, we want to acknowledge the collective history of William and Mary as it relates to the grounds on which we celebrate tonight. William and Mary occupies the ancestral lands of the Powhatan people. In 1677, near our historic campus, the Pamunkey leader, Kokikoweski, negotiated articles of peace with England on behalf of several indigenous tribes. We acknowledge the native youths who attended the Brafferton Indian School in the 18th century. At present, we acknowledge and honor Virginia's 7 federally recognized tribes and the Commonwealth's 4 state-recognized tribes.
We also wanted to acknowledge that the buildings on the historic campus, including the Wren Building on which we celebrate tonight, were originally built and maintained by the exploited labor of enslaved African Americans owned or hired by the university. Indeed, enslaved men, women, and children provided the necessities that made the daily lives of the faculty, administrators, and students possible, including tuition for low-income students.
We hope that by recognizing our collective history tonight, during this special celebration of our community, we can more deeply fulfill the statement boldly put forth in the college's 1949 student handbook: who comes here belongs here.
Tonight, we welcome Sam Damaris from the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship, Mariha Junaid from the Muslim Student Association, Trent Stafford from the Catholic Campus Ministries, Molly Schickman from the William and Mary Hillel, Max Blaylock speaking on behalf of the Hindu, Sikh, and Jain Students Association, and Jeremy Simmons from the Black Student Organization. Please welcome them and help us in joining to share the reflections on peace, joy, and gratitude.
Thank you. My name is Sam Damaris, and I'm speaking on behalf of InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. On Christmas, Christians celebrate that Jesus lovingly entered a broken world in order to bring us home to him. I've always been amazed at the humility of the God of the universe being born in a manger, exposed and vulnerable. According to the book of Luke, he was wrapped in clothes and laid in a manger because there was no guest room available. At a time of year often marked by the stress of finals, travel, and family obligations, I think the Christmas story can be a powerful reminder of the importance of finding ways to humbly love one another. This love can take many forms. Maybe it looks like sitting with a friend as they deal with anxiety or stress. Maybe it means giving up some study time to drive someone to the airport. Or maybe it's as simple as leaving a full aromas punch card for a stranger having a rough day. Even the smallest acts of love we undertake, when done with humility, can be a reminder to others that they were created to be deeply and uniquely loved, and a reminder to ourselves that we have the power to demonstrate love to a world that so often needs it. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Mariha Junaid, and I am speaking on behalf of the Muslim Student Association. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of God be with you on this beautiful evening. While this is the season to be jolly, finding joy and gratitude in our daily lives is an incredible blessing, one that does not require a time nor place. We live in tumultuous times, and our resilience in the face of our adversities comes in the form of this community. As we pass each other on these brick pathways, feel the peace and love that comes from this family that we call our tribe. Smile, as the Prophet Muhammad once said, it is the most beautiful and simplest act of charity. Be thankful for the blessings and mercies that we have all been granted. May we all sow the seeds of peace, gratitude, and joy, and may we reap the rewards from every day onwards.
Hi, my name is Trent Stafford, and I'm speaking for Catholic Campus Ministries. It's great that so many of us can be here tonight, surrounded by friends and loved ones and enjoying delectable cider and donuts. It represents a moment of warmth and joy which many are not so fortunate to have. Let's take a moment to pause and appreciate this night, as well as the many other blessings that have brought each of us here. The opportunity to attend William and Mary, the gifts of the friends we have made here, and even the simple things like the festive sweaters some of us are wearing to keep warm tonight. I doubt these blessings struck us as extraordinary in the moments they were given to us. Friends are made slowly, schoolwork is tiresome and sometimes very stressful, and so is earning the money to purchase those festive sweaters. Yet it is because of those mundane moments that we take for granted each day that we now have so many exceptional blessings to thank God for tonight. Just as we appreciate the big things on a joyful night like this one, let us also appreciate those little moments that nights like these are built upon. God bless you and all those you love this season and always.
Shabbat Shalom, Good Sabbath. My name is Molly Schickman, and I'm representing Hillel at William & Mary, the Jewish student organization on campus. Every synagogue keeps a flame lit at all times. This Ner Tamid, or eternal flame, represents God's eternal presence in our lives. In the 1st century BCE, after the victory of the Maccabees against the Seleucid Empire, which had outlawed the practice of Judaism, the Jews returned to their holy temple and saw that the eternal flame had been put out. They found only enough oil that was pure enough for the menorah to relight it for one day. Instead, the flame lasted for 8, which is the origin of the Hanukkah menorah. When Hanukkah is incorporated into the holiday season, the focus is often on light and hope. Tonight's Yule Log celebration is about peace, gratitude, and joy. However, Hanukkah is truly about the suppression of a nation and the strength of a small group of rebels that were brave enough to fight back. This holiday is a festival of lights in that it celebrates how much effort it takes to keep a flame going. This holiday calls attention to the struggles of marginalized religious groups striving to maintain their traditions. Hanukkah is a holiday of resistance. So tonight, let us remember to never be at peace when there remains injustice in the world.
I'm Reverend Max Blaylock with Wesley Campus Ministry, and I'm speaking, thank you. And I'm sharing a statement from the Hindu, Sikh, and Jain Student Association. They weren't able to join us tonight. The Hindu, Sikh, and Jain faiths involve belief in a force that is bigger than any individual, yet lives in all of us and binds the whole universe together. This implores us to treat others with love and kindness, since ultimately we are all the same. Thus, on behalf of the Hindu, Sikh, and Jain Students Association, we wish everyone to have a joyous holiday season filled with love and kindness. Happy Yule Log, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeremy Simmons, and I am representing Black Student Organization. As we end the year 2019, we end a decade that encompassed most of our adolescence. This decade allowed us time to grow and develop into the people we are today. In the past 10 years, we truly began to understand the world that surrounds us and recognize that despite the different forms of oppression we still working against people today, we still have a lot to offer our society. We may have had difficult times, but I'm sure we can all agree that we've been able to surround ourselves with a support system full of people that give us peace and joy. Even now, looking around, I see people we've decided who are like family, the people who are with us when we need it the most, people whom we will cherish for the rest of our lives. As this holiday season is upon us, we must make sure to show our gratitude to our communities for supporting us along the way because they give us peace and bring us joy. Let us thank these people for always being there and thank those who are contributing to our individual journeys and becoming leaders of the next generation. Let us acknowledge our place in a community that represents the diverse faces of the world and gives back to the people in the same way that people are given to us. Let us practice the principles of Kwanzaa, a 7-day celebration of African culture, including the pillars of unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. So tonight, enjoy some eggnog and spend some time with family and friends. And if you've never listened to 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child, I would suggest you do so. Happy holidays.
We hope that these reflections on peace,
gratitude, and joy
will inspire all of you.
As a part of our campus community,
to embrace and carry on the spirit of Yule Log.
Long after the last piece of holly has burned.
One tribe, one family.
Thank you to all of our student speakers. We are excited to introduce a special guest, joining us for her second Yule Log ceremony. President Catherine Rowe.
She is here to read the wonderful story, No Two Alike, by Keith Baker. President Rowe selected this book after taking story recommendations from students and will continue to choose one to read aloud at each Yule Log. We are so excited to continue the tradition of coming together as one William and Mary community year after year to share a winter-themed story. Without further ado, for her second Yule Log celebration, President Rowe.
Good evening, William and Mary. Well, Liam gave away the reveal, but that's okay. You'll remember that last year in my first Yule Log, it was the President's Aides who helped me think a lot about how to weave my own traditions and family joys into this amazing celebration. And the things that really resonate to me, the themes of gratitude and coming together, the themes of memory and celebration as we imagine forward, the singing together, and the reading aloud, led me to bring the Snowy Day, which the President says this year used as our high water mark to test out about a handful of other exciting books. And in the process, as you've just heard, we discovered a book that's new to me that I'm going to share with you tonight. It's No Two Alike by Keith Baker. No two snowflakes are alike. Almost, but not quite. No two nests so soft and round. No two tracks upon the ground. No two branches. No two leaves. No two forests full of trees. No two fences, long and low. No two roads. Where do they go? No two bridges, wood or stone. No two houses. Anyone home? No two friends, large or small. No two alike among you all. Are we the same? Just alike? Almost, but not quite. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll be doing that again next year, so count on the President's Aides to bring you surprises. And now for our sing-along. As we prepare to symbolically cast our cares away, last year's woes, please join the William and Mary Choir, the Barkdale Treble Chorus, and the Gentlemen of the College in singing Frozen's Let It Go. Take it away. See right there if you want it.
Thank you, President Rowe. Now we welcome Abhi Chadha, President of Omicron Delta Kappa, and Alexis Brender A. Brandis, President of Mortarboard, who will share with you the history behind the tradition of the Yule Log.
Good evening. The ceremony of the Yule Log is believed to have originated with German tribes in Northern Europe as part of their winter festival. In medieval times, a log, which was sometimes a whole trunk of a tree, was selected on Candlemas and carefully stored to dry for the summer. On Christmas Eve, it was dragged into the house and kindled with unburned parts of last year's log, which had been saved for that very purpose. The Scots and the English later adopted the custom, adding it to their Christmas celebrations. And the tradition arrived in America with the very first colonists.
According to legend, it was considered good luck for the log to burn throughout the 12 days of Christmas. Since it was the custom of some households to declare a holiday for servants while the Yule log burned, every effort was made to assure its longevity. Folk tales related that the servants would soak the log in water so it would burn slowly and last throughout the 12 days.
When Dr. Grace Warren Landrum, Dean of Women, first introduced the Yule log ceremony at William & Mary in 1930, the affair was elaborate and required a huge cast. The president of the college would dress in colonial costume as Lord of the Manor, and their assistant dressed as Lord of Misrule. A young child, usually from a faculty family, poured wine over the log and threw the first sprig of holly into the fire. Announced by a regal trumpet fanfare, costumed log carriers were joined by hog carriers who brought a boar's head into the Great Hall with the log. The ceremony was discontinued with the outbreak of World War II and was revived afterwards with a less elaborate format. We have no hogs here today.
Each part of the ceremony has an allegorical meaning based on ancient superstitions. Thus, the sprig of green, symbolizing the woes of last year, is cast on the fire to banish those woes forever. To protect the house from ghoulies and ghosties and things that go bump in the night, wine is poured into the fire during the traditional blessing of the log. The ashes of the log are used throughout the year to continue to ward off evil.
William & Mary alumni and young patriots celebrated this season with merriment. For students today, the Yule log ceremony is a welcomed break in between weeks of finals and an opportunity for all of us to gather in the holiday spirit with friends and appreciate diverse religious customs. Thank you.
Thank you, Abby and Alexis. I'd now like to present a group that brings joy, cheer, and song to the college throughout the year. Here to serenade us with their Yuletide melody, let me present the Gentlemen of the College.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. Hey, nice. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, on the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 ladies dancing, 7 dancing, 6 ladies dancing, 5. You better not shout, you better not pout, you better not partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of on the 8th day of Christmas, on the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. Here we come a wassailing among the leaves so far. La 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 la. 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves. Here the wassailing and their ride bedecked with bays and partridge in a pear tree. 11's a good number. 11's a good number. Yeah. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Rum-a-bum-bum. Me and my 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 vipers piping 5 merry dance. Wish you a merry fa la 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 la. Dreaming of a partridge a-laying. Jack Frost nipping at your nose, my nose. I'll be home for Christmas. And a hound dog in a pear tree, fat hens and a duck. Quack!
Thank you, gentlemen. Before we conclude the ceremony, we have a few very important instructions, because it takes a village to ensure this last part goes smoothly. In a moment, we will begin the traditional passing of the Yule log through the crowd, aided by our very own criers and choir. The criers will walk in front of the logs, announcing their location and asking you to move aside, while the choir will follow immediately behind the logs, singing the alma mater. In the spirit of community, please move aside as the logs approach your area, but do not push or shove neighbors aside to get a better view of the logs. There you go. Everyone will have an opportunity to see the logs, either here, passing through the courtyard, or burning in the Great Hall.
In order to avoid what has been an uncomfortable log jam in the past, we ask that the majority of you go and grab some hot cider and cookies and take a look at the doves decorated by students and alumni hanging on the Wren portico before entering the Great Hall. The Wham Bam Little Band will entertain you with some holiday jazz as you enjoy refreshments. The cider and cookies are behind you near the sunken gardens. Please patiently wait your turn to enter the Great Hall. The Yule log will remain burning until everyone has had the chance to throw a sprig of holly in the flames. When you enter the Great Hall and reach into the fireplace, really let it go. By throwing your sprig of holly into the fire to symbolize the disappearance of your troubles and the rebirth of a fresh new year. After all, as Queen Elsa once told me, the past is in the past.
If you haven't received a sprig of holly yet, we have more available at the entrance to the Great Hall. A sprig will be handed to you as you move into the building. As you wish away your troubles, please consider donating to Angels of Mercy in the jars at the entrance to the Great Hall. Once you've thrown your holly into the Yule log flames, exit the Great Hall and proceed out the side doors to the left. If you would like to take a picture with President Rowe afterwards, she will be standing in the corner of the Wren yard closest to Yule Hall. Thank you. We hope that you've enjoyed tonight's celebration. Liam and I wish you the very best during this holiday season. And now, as the Yule logs proceed through the crowd, we invite you to join the William and Mary Choir as together we sing our alma mater.
beginning to look a lot like. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again with candy canes and with a lane to glow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store. But the prettiest sight you'll see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots with a wish for Bonnie and Ben. And those that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope for Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel and one in the park as well. The sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like. look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10, it's glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, toys in every store. But the prettiest sight you'll see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots at the wish for Barney and Ben. And those that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope for Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that will sing right within your heart. And the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you'll sing right within your heart. yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year, all our troubles will be miles away. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Someday soon we all will be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Once bitten and twice shy, I keep my distance, but you still catch my eye. Tell me, baby, did you recognize me? Well, it's been a year, it doesn't surprise me. Merry Christmas, I wrapped it up and sent it with the note saying, I love you, I meant it. Now I know what a fool I've been. If you kiss me now, I know I'm yours again. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I'll give it to
Christmas.